You, and I've heard you talk about this before. What is this mentally, this transition in life going to be like for this young woman? Because she had that life in front of the camera, beautiful young model. We know what happened to her. She looks different. She's, she looks in the mirror, she sees something different. What are those first moments and realizations like, and what kind of goes through your mind at that time?
Well, the biggest thing that she's going to face is the fact that pretty much her whole life, being a model and inspiring to continue to be in that field. I mean, she's beautiful. She's been told she's beautiful, and then all of a sudden, when you open up the mirror and you look at yourself and you're completely different, the first thing that crosses your mind is like, I am not what everyone has necessarily gravitated to me for before. I'm not that same thing anymore. How am I going to be able to continue the things that I wanted to continue? That was her dream. That was her goal. Now she feels it's been completely shattered, and there's no way. It's been propelled, so to speak, kind of in a weird way to say it, but it's something that she all of a sudden may get to the point where she says, you know what, how can I live like this? How am I going to be able to do the things that I'm going to do? How the dreams that I had, to be able to walk out in the public, and not have, before maybe people stared at me because I was a beautiful young girl, and now people are going to stare at me for the completely different reason of curiosity, not more of disgust or anything, of that nature, but more of her curiosity. What happened to the poor girl? And it's going to be something she's going to have to get to a stage where she's going to have to learn to accept the new her. And her life was spared for a reason. And I truly believe this, man, that her life was spared for a reason. And now
JR, I want to ask you about that, JR. I want to ask you about the concept of when you first, regain consciousness or understand what's happening. How much of your time is spent thinking, oh, my goodness, I'm thankful I'm alive. I could have died in this accident. She could have died in the accident. You could have died, versus, oh, my goodness, this is what happened to me, versus I'm thankful just to be alive?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a while. It normally takes a while for you to get to the stage to really be able to be optimistic and see and say, I'm thankful the fact that at least I'm alive. And because I was told I was handsome my whole life, and then I looked in the mirror and I didn't see that same guy that everyone had accustomed to, talking about. And so it's going to take her a while. And it's going to take her to get to the stage of saying, I accept my new self, and I accept, whatever challenges this new life is going to throw at me.